I'd have to say it would be Hampton, Summer Nationals. They're hard to win on a good day, and that was my third win in a Summer Nationals event. My first one was in 2004. Then I won it in Grand Prix in 18, and then fortunately this year I won it in the National Mod. Probably Tony Black, you know what I mean? Just for the fact that they had, a brand new boat, state-of-the-art boat, and we're running a 24-year-old boat that's that was built 24 years ago, but technology in it's as good as today. I mean, it was incredible. Arne Iglesias designed it and built it, and it was a pretty neat boat to drive. Oh, that's easy. BJ Maduri, he, like I said, just previously bought back the boat, and I was the first one he asked. And there's a lot of great drivers out there, and he picked an old Canadian guy. Well, obviously my father. I mean, he was, he got me into the sport. I'm 56. I've been at a boat race for 55 years. I mean, my dad was my hero. Unfortunately, he passed. Succumbed to some injuries from racing, but yeah, he's the guy. I mean, current guys, oh geez. I mean, they're all so good. I raced Grand Prix in the HRL series, and I mean, I don't look up to him because Brandon Kennedy's pretty short, so I look down at him. But there's so many good drivers. Jimmy King, Bert Henderson, Andrew Tate. I mean, it's pretty intense competition when you get in the boats with those guys.
For me, I would have to say a favorite race of the year was, it had to have been Madison, Indiana for us and our team. We were able to capture the Gold Cup. It was the first time in Madison since 1971 when they held it there, when the Miss Madison team won the Gold Cup in 1971. And for many of the traditionalist fans that came to that race, it meant so much to them. You could see it in their eyes after the race. You could see it in their emotions. To recreate that moment in that town, being the hometown driver for the Miss Madison race team, that had to have been the most special moment of the 2019 season. They're all my favorite competitors to race against, especially when they're behind me. That makes it really, really nice. That's always the goal. Obviously, J. Michael Kelly is a hard-charging competitor. Andrew Tate didn't run a full season last year, but the races that he did come to, obviously he was extremely fast and extremely competitive. Anytime you can be out on the water with those two guys, it's great. And then we brought Jeff Bernard back on board to run our backup boat for a couple races last year. It's always fun to race against Jeff. He's competitive as well. So all of them, those three in particular, because it feels really good to beat them when you do, because you know how good they are. Definitely, as far as from a technical standpoint, Mike Hansen on our team, he came back and took on the role of the crew chief, and what he was able to do with the equipment and our team, and the amount of time and effort that he puts into the program is just unbelievable. His knowledge, his wealth of knowledge, what he was able to bring to the table this year, I think that's really what set us apart from everybody else. We were able to win 19 out of 23 heats of racing. Very, very dominant season, and Mike was very much a large part to thank for that. Papa Shane. Yep, my dad. Growing up in a racing family, obviously I looked up to my entire family. My mom, my sister, my dad. But my dad was the one that really set the tone for me growing up. You work hard, you set these goals, you go out and you achieve them. And when you do that, this little sense of accomplishment, there's nothing that anybody can take away from you when that happens. And to be able to do that and do it successfully, some people set such big goals and big dreams that they sometimes never achieve them, right? They're almost like unicorn dreams. I was taught very early, set small goals, work hard, put the time and effort into it, and you will see that accomplishment happen. I've kept that mindset for my entire life. I think it's helped me in my career. Very fortunate to be in the job that I have now, building rockets. And I try to pass that on to as many people as I can. Set little goals, accomplish them, keep moving forward.